Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the world partition. The first thing we need to do is to go to Edit, Project Settings, and then we will type World Partition. And you will see here that I have Enable World Partition. I click this one, Enable, and I restart the engine. And once you do that, you will be able to use World Partition. So, before doing that, make sure you go to World Settings and put External Actors and click this one. By default, this will be on. Okay, this is very important. They work hand to hand. So I will create a landscape and I will import a texture. Instead of creating a new one, I will import one from a file, and we will take a look this one later when we check Gaia. We will take a look at the whole process. Do not worry. So I already have one. Don't worry. We will check how we can create one. Okay. Okay, let's just create a new one for now. Okay, so this is it, and I will sculpt something here, just so I can take a look at something here. There you go. Something like this. Okay. All right. So I have my landscape here. So when I play, and I have some assets that I created, I add feature content pack, and I added my vehicle advance, by the way, so I can take a look at how I can play with this. Normally you wouldn't have this. I have, so it can have a nice way to navigate into our landscape. So just click this one, add to project, and inside of here in my world settings, I will just go here and put my vehicle advanced skate mode. Okay, so just by doing that, just click here and you will see that I have my vehicle. And now let's lower the volume here. Real-time audio. It's okay. So as you can see, I can move around and I have my landscape and everything is loaded. So you see that I have different components here, and now that I have my external actors enabled, I have different proxies that I can load and unload on real time depending on the distance. So if I go to Window and go to World Partition, you will see that I have nothing here. So what I will do is save this, and let's create a new folder called maybe mastering landscapes. Okay, and here we will put a new maps, and here I will create this one like as you say, world partition test. Okay, just like that. Okay, so I will create a new level and I will open this one. Okay. All right. Now that we have this for world partition test, you will see that I cannot see anything. And the reason is I need to go to my world partition and I need to load everything. So I can load the selected cells. Okay. Now, my world partition already have two components in each side. So if I decide to unload this, you will see that here I unload this part of the landscape. If I here unload, I will unload this part, or I can just select this and load, and you will see that I have all my components enabled. So if you go here to world partition, you can take a look here if you want. It will be easier. Now, why is this important? Now, let's create a new level, okay? Let's just create an empty one. Or, okay, the default one. So, let's go here. This will be my test 2, okay? Let's create a new landscape. And world partition components per landscape is 2. Okay, I can put 1 or any number I want. So, in this case, I will create a larger one. Let's create a 2 by 2, And let's put 177, and then let's put 16 by 16, something like that. Very big, 32 by 32. Okay, there you go. So click create. This will create a super big landscape. Wait a little bit. This is as big as it can get. Okay. Now, if you have really big landscapes, and normally if you try landscapes before and you try a small one, it will be very light. But if you have very big landscapes and you have a lot of actors to load in your level, it can take a while to load. So let's do the same. Let's do brush size. By the way, I'm going to explain this later. Just do not panic. Okay, so just click here. As you can see, it's already very, very slow. Okay, just like that. Now, let's save this, and I will save all my external actors. And you will see that I have a lot of proxies. Okay, so I have all these proxies here. There are a lot, actually. There are a lot of components here. And that's very heavy. And this will make our game look like our FPS will go really low. So now that we have this, you can see that I can have my world partition here, and I have my landscape here. So I can do this and load, and this will load some part of my landscape, not everything. And as I continue, I can load these parts. Okay, and I can continue to load more. So this is extremely powerful, because if I check unload, and then I will load these ones, I can just go to my landscape and sculpt. It's still a little bit heavy, actually, but it's easier to work with because everything is unloaded, and it will be very easy to work in this part of our open world. As I continue to work, I can load these cells, and I can unload these ones if I want it. Okay, save. Okay, unload all of this, and you get the idea. So this is how world partition works. At a glance, it's just a very basics. The way landscape works is that you will have your proxies, and each component will be part of a cell in your world partition. Depending on how many components you have, you may load more than one, but in this case, it's very handful for very big environments.